Hey, welcome to my podcast, Tell Me Something New. My name is Shelby. I'm a mental health care doctor, aka New Thought Doc, and I just wanted to record a podcast today because I had a new thought come to my mind. Originally, I'd been planning to interview one of my friends this week, but there was some technical difficulties getting the podcast set up, and so I figured what's more important than perhaps the podcast is just being consistent and seeing if I like doing the podcast, and so I figured why not come on and sit down and talk about a new thought that I had today. So I was actually walking earlier today, enjoying the spring, enjoying nature, and I was thinking a little bit about gratitude. So recently one of my friends shared with me this really cool website that is essentially like a gratitude bank. People can go on anonymously online and just like post anything that they're grateful for. And I thought that was really, really cool. And I really enjoyed it. I was thinking a little bit more about gratitude and sort of letting my thoughts free flow and trying to think, what new insights or things can I think about that has to do with gratitude? And I was walking and all of a sudden I had a thought come to my mind. And the new thought is this: gratitude is a thermometer for emotional integration. And what do I mean by that? So gratitude is essentially one's ability to be thankful in recognition of an experience. A thermometer obviously is something that, measures, right? Measures the temperature. In this case, is more symbolically measuring. And then emotional integration is a person's capacity to experience fully and accept fully the full range of human emotions and experiences they have without, good and bad by the way, without becoming the emotion or without letting the emotion completely take center stage and take over. So there's this nuance of balance and control. And so when I say that gratitude is a thermometer for emotional integration, what I'm saying is that the ability to find balance and acceptance of our full range of lived experiences through emotional integration can be measured in a sense by one's ability to be thankful for it. I want to be very clear. I'm not saying that people should be thankful for bad things that have happened to them. Absolutely not. I don't believe in that. But what I was recognizing about gratitude is that we can feel gratitude for good things, we can feel gratitude for negative things, we can feel gratitude for things that happened outside of us, things that are happening inside of us. And by virtue of that, to be able to have gratitude is to be able to contextualize. And that's, I think, the important link to emotional integration. When we have emotional integration of our life experiences, especially challenging life experiences, we have to be able to sort of put our experiences into place in our life and sort of look at them in the context of our other experiences. That bad experience or even that good experience doesn't fully become us. It's not all of who we are. We see it as context rather than it being the content of who we are. And we can fully accept what it was and move forward, right? That's kind of integration. With gratitude, we can feel gratitude for, as I mentioned, positive things in our life, negative things in our life, neutral things in our life. But in order to feel gratitude, particularly for something that has been very challenging or negative, we have to be able to oftentimes turn inward and look at gratitude toward ourselves. So we may not be able to find gratitude for a person who wronged us. We may not be able to find gratitude for something really tragic or difficult that happened to us. But what we can have gratitude in is looking at ourselves and saying, I'm grateful that I was able to learn from that, or I'm grateful for myself that I was able to emotionally process and move forward despite that hard time, or I'm grateful that despite this hard, challenging thing that I went through, I have all these other lived experiences that I can be grateful for and that I can therefore enjoy more because I've been through both the positive and the negative. And so I hope this idea is helpful because many of us carry unintegrated experiences, things that feel disharmonious in our lives, things that don't feel good about past things we've been through. And that's completely normal and human. And I would not be one to pretend that I don't go through those things as well. But it can be helpful sometimes to have a proxy for our emotional healing and our emotional integration through other means, such as through our ability to reflect on our emotional state of gratitude. Gratitude is a positive and happy emotion that we can turn to and that we can look at, and it may give us some insight as to where we're at in terms of our emotional integration. So I hope that makes sense. I hope that that idea is helpful to you. I think it has been particularly helpful to me because, say there's been perhaps something challenging in my past that I went through a long time ago. What I've realized is that I haven't necessarily been grateful per se for the negative things that have happened, but what I have felt good about is how I have learned in response to what happened, or how I have changed as an individual, or how it has impacted me, or how I therefore have changed and impacted others. I think most notably that I became a mental health care doctor and turned, perhaps past experiences into something positive. And that took gratitude. That took a lot of gratitude. That took the ability of myself to self-reflect and realize, I'm really grateful for what has happened to me, and I have been able to learn and integrate from it. So that's my new thought for the day. These types of things, I would just like to kind of share as time goes on any new thoughts that come to my mind. I hope they're helpful to you. And I would like to also, if possible, start interviewing people who perhaps I don't know. I think a lot of the people I will interview will be people that I've connected with in some way prior, because there's just so many interesting people I've met along the way. But I would like to think about as well, maybe perhaps reaching out to people and having people I don't know come on to the podcast. So I would like, if anyone, wants to comment or talk about ways that they could contribute, please feel free to comment. Let me know. I could come up with something. Again, this is very new, and I'm really excited to see sort of how it goes. I'm hoping next week to have more guests on and to talk about some really cool new ideas and to have interesting conversations. But in the meantime, I felt like it was important to just come on and share my new insight for the day, and I hope it impacts someone positively. So again, thank you for being here. I have much gratitude for you for coming on to my platform and hearing my thoughts, and my wish for you is that you have a wonderful day and that you may find peace wherever you go. Thank you and take care. Bye-bye.